Hey, we just did the February market stats for El Paso County, and the average sales price is about $500,000. But the question is what can that buy you?
In El Paso County, so Colorado Springs and surrounding areas.
I'm Derek Wagner.
I am Mariana Wagner with the Artisan Group at Keller Williams Premier Realty, and we're here to tell you, what can $500,000 buy you in real estate in the Colorado Springs area?
Well, number one, I think the neighborhood really is going to define what type of house you can purchase in that price point. So the same house that sells in the north part of town will sell for a different amount of money on the west side of town or the east side of town or the south side of town. So let's kind of dive into some of that.
So Banning Lewis Ranch is a neighborhood that's just east of
Mark Shuffle. Yep.
Yeah, so it's on the eastern edge of Colorado Springs.
But also on the northern part of it.
Yeah, it's kind of on the northern part. In Banning Lewis Ranch right now, and I was just looking through our local MLS, right now you can get about a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house in Banning Lewis Ranch. There's a few of those for sale at that price range.
It has a lot of, neighborhood amenities.
Yeah, so school.
Yep, a school. They have lots of amenities, lots of little parks. It's a great neighborhood.
Yes.
And so you kind of pay for some of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You are paying for some of that. You can also get a 3-bedroom townhome further up north, like in the Northgate or Briargate or Wolf Ranch areas. There are some resale and new townhomes that you can get in the $500,000 range.
And they're typically newer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so if you like a newer home and you want a townhome community, you may want to look up north.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's other than Monument, which we'll touch on, $500,000 isn't going to really get you a single family house in most northern neighborhoods, but you can live in those neighborhoods in the townhome communities.
Yeah.
Fairly easy.
And I think townhomes are becoming more and more popular too, by the way. They used to not be so popular in Colorado Springs, but now I think people are, because of affordability, they're kind of gravitating towards townhomes.
In Fountain, you can get, and this is all parts of Fountain. So Fountain is its own town, but it is also in El Paso County, so we like to include it in these market reports and in this information. You can get a 4 to 5 bedroom house in Fountain, and depending on where you are in Fountain, you're either going to get an older house or you're going to get a newer house. But you can live in Fountain, which is really close to the Fort Carson Army base, and 4 to 5 bedrooms, that's a pretty large house.
I feel like the $500,000 range in Fountain, the spectrum of what you can buy is the broadest.
Yes, I would say.
Yeah, you can get from new to older that have been remodeled, and you can get close to the base, further from the base. It's if you're looking for the biggest bang for your buck, certainly Fountain is a great place to look at.
Absolutely, and it has so many great amenities too. Now in Monument, which is the other side of Colorado Springs, north of Colorado Springs, there are a few neighborhoods that are have new and newer homes that are in the 500,000 range, and those tend to have about 4 bedrooms. And so these are single family homes in newer neighborhoods of Monument you can get for $500,000.
Yeah, and Monument's great too, because it feels like you're just south of Denver when you're driving up from Monument. It really is a close drive to DIA. And as a matter of fact, we sell a lot of Monument properties to those who are getting sick of the big city, but they still work there. So they move to Monument, and then they just make the commute. And when they're going from, let's say, Aurora to Denver Tech Center, it's a better and easier drive from Monument to Denver Tech Center than it is
from
Aurora
parts of Aurora and anywhere else in Denver for that matter.
Yeah, even if you live downtown Denver, it's the same amount of commutes. You get better schools, etc. So, a lot of folks prefer to live in that Monument area, especially if they're from Denver area.
Yes. Now, if we're going to talk way out, Calhan, you can get some larger homes on acreage. There's not a lot, but there are a few that are in the $500,000 range. So if acreage is your thing, Calhan may be where you're looking. And also out east, but not quite as far as Calhan, we have the Peyton Falcon area, which is off of Woodman, Meridian Ranch specifically. There are several brand new or newer homes that with 3 or 4 bedrooms that are in that price range as well. Now, the thing about there is it is quite a ways east, but they have a lot of their own local amenities, and it is really a straight shot to the Space Force bases and Actually, quite a straight shot down to the Fort Carson too.
Yeah, I feel like it's though it's there, it's also easy to get to anywhere from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're still kind of far out, so you get those fantastic views from there. You get the whole Front Range views from out there, and they have swimming pools and rec centers and parks and trails and everything. It's a really great neighborhood.
Can you buy anything for $500,000 in the southwest part of town?
There are a few scattered homes in that price range. Every once in a while, something will pop up in that price range there, but generally downtown, west side, and southwest are going to be a bit of a higher dollar. You're either going to have to put in some sweat equity, or you're going to live in a small house.
Yeah.
So in the southeast Colorado Springs, so southeast is going to be kind of closer to our airport.
Right.
It's like one of the best ways I can explain it. It's kind of closer to
Milton
our
Proby,
airport.
Powers, kind of.
Yeah, that area.
Yeah, an academy.
Fountain, not Fountain the city, Fountain the road.
Right.
There are definitely several 3 to 5 bedroom newer homes in there, because there's some newer communities out there, and in those communities you're going to see homes in that price range. That said, as opposed to maybe the southwest part of town, southeast, the reason why there's not a whole lot of homes in the 500 is they generally are a little bit more affordable.
Yep.
So we're not seeing a lot of homes that hit that $500,000 mark in those neighborhoods, except for the newer home communities.
Yeah, they're typically less than $500,000.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So Wagon Trails, Stetson Hills, and Indigo Ranch, that's all kind of in that Woodman and Powers corridor there. There's a few different neighborhoods.
Super popular area for
my
folks.
goodness.
I mean, like, there's a lot of, it's really, really popular.
Absolutely. One of the most popular.
I would probably consider it the bread and butter of the real estate market. It's like, it's kind of like the average-ish.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And what you're seeing there is you can get a 4 to 5 bedroom house there, and there's quite a few to choose from as well.
Yeah, and it's the Powers Woodman area. I mean, it is literally close to everything.
If you live out there, you really never need to leave that little pocket of town, because everything is there.
Right, I would agree. Yeah, and essentially anything you want to buy is
for sure. And they're still building.
Yeah.
Every day that I drive down there, I'm like, oh, look, that's the new shopping center.
Yep. Hey, I hope you liked our video, and please share with this with any of your friends or family.